He ruled Seoul's underworld with an iron fist and a cold heart, until she walked into his club wearing confidence like a weapon. One look at her curves wrapped in red silk, and Kim Tae-hyung's carefully controlled world began to unravel. If you've ever felt judged for being unapologetically yourself, drop a comment below. And if you're ready for a love story that breaks all the rules, smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these emotional tales. Caroline stood before her full-length mirror, smoothing the red silk dress over her curves. The fabric hugged every inch of her. Her thick thighs, her rounded belly, her full breasts. Her reflection smiled back with defiance. "Girl, you look amazing," her roommate Jasmine said from the doorway. "You think it's too much?" Caroline asked, adjusting the plunging neckline. "For who? You're going to that new club, not church. Own it." Caroline had spent 28 years apologizing for taking up space. Tonight, that ended. She grabbed her clutch and headed out, her heels clicking against the pavement with newfound purpose. Across the city, Kim Dae-hyun sat in the VIP section of Eclipse, his nightclub empire's crown jewel. His black suit was immaculate, his expression unreadable. The dragon tattoo coiling up his neck seemed to pulse in the dim light. "Boss, the shipment arrives at midnight," his right-hand man Minho whispered. Dae-hyun nodded, his dark eyes scanning the crowd below. Beautiful women danced, laughed, tried to catch his attention. He felt nothing, hadn't felt anything in years, not since the betrayal that turned his heart to stone. "You should enjoy yourself sometimes," Minho suggested carefully. "Enjoyment is a weakness." Dae-hyun's voice was cold. "Weakness gets you killed." He took a sip of whiskey, his gaze distant. Below, the club doors opened and the crowd shifted. Dae-hyun's eyes tracked the movement without interest until they landed on her. Caroline stepped into Eclipse like she owned it. The red dress moved with her body, catching light, demanding attention. She wasn't trying to hide. She wasn't apologizing. She was simply magnificent. Dae-hyun's glass froze halfway to his lips. His pulse, usually steady as a metronome, stuttered. "Who is she?" he heard himself ask. Minho followed his gaze and raised an eyebrow. "I don't know, boss. Want me to find out?" For the first time in 5 years, Kim Dae-hyun felt something crack inside his chest. Caroline made her way to the bar, aware of the eyes on her, but refusing to shrink. She ordered a cosmopolitan and let the music wash over her. "First time here?" the bartender asked with a friendly smile. "Is it that obvious?" "You look too happy. Regulars forget how to smile." She laughed, and the sound carried through the space like music. Above, Dae-hyun leaned forward, his hands gripping the railing. "She's laughing," he muttered, almost to himself. "Boss? When was the last time I heard someone laugh like that? Like they mean it?" Before Minho could answer, Dae-hyun was moving. He descended the stairs with predatory grace, his eyes never leaving Caroline. The crowd parted instinctively. They knew danger when they saw it. Caroline felt him before she saw him. The air shifted, grew heavier. She turned and found herself staring into the darkest eyes she'd ever seen. The man was beautiful in a lethal way. Sharp jaw, full lips, and that tattoo creeping up his neck like a warning. "That dress," he said, his accent thick and intoxicating, "is dangerous." Her heart hammered, but she lifted her chin. "Going out with this outfit?" she challenged. "Is there a problem?" His lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile. "Yes, it's making me forget myself." The confession hung between them, raw and unexpected. Caroline's breath caught. No one had ever looked at her like this, like she was both a salvation and a sin. "I don't even know you," she whispered. "Dae-hyun." He extended his hand. "And you are making it very difficult to maintain my reputation." "Caroline." She placed her hand in his and electricity sparked. "What reputation?" That I have no heart. Their eyes locked, and in that moment, everything else fell away. The music, the crowd, the danger. Just two broken people recognizing something in each other. Dance with me, he said. It wasn't a request. I don't dance with strangers. Then let me become familiar. Caroline pulled her hand back, her survival instincts kicking in. I should go. Why? Daehyun's voice was soft but firm. Because men like you don't want women like me, not really. The words tasted bitter, but they were her armor. This is some kind of game. His jaw tightened. You think I play games? I think powerful men collect trophies. I'm not a trophy. Something flickered in his eyes. Respect, maybe anger. You're right. You're not a trophy. You're a storm, and I haven't felt rain in years. The poetry of it disarmed her, but she forced herself to step back. Good night, Daehyun. She turned to leave, but his voice stopped her. Caroline, one dance. If you still want to leave after, I won't stop you. She should have kept walking. Every rational part of her brain screamed to run from this dangerous, beautiful man. But her heart, her foolish, hopeful heart, made her turn around. One dance, she agreed. He led her to the floor, his hand warm against her lower back. When he pulled her close, Caroline forgot how to breathe. His body was solid against hers, his movement surprisingly gentle. Why me? She whispered against his chest. There are dozens of women here. They're beautiful, he admitted. But you're alive. There's a difference. The song was slow, intimate. Caroline felt tears prick her eyes, not from sadness, but from being seen. Actually seen. I don't understand you, she said. I don't understand myself right now. His hand tightened on her waist. I've built walls for years. You walked in and they crumbled like paper. Walls protect us, Caroline said softly, thinking of her own. Walls also imprison us. The dance ended too soon. Caroline stepped back, her heart racing. I should... Gunshots shattered the moment. The club erupted into chaos. Daehyun's instincts kicked in instantly. He grabbed Caroline, shielding her body with his as people screamed and ran. His men materialized, weapons drawn, forming a protective circle. Boss, we need to move, Minho shouted. Dehyan didn't hesitate. He swept Caroline into his arms and carried her through a hidden door behind the bar. They descended into a basement safe room. Steel walls, one exit, complete silence. He set her down gently, his hands checking her for injuries. Are you hurt? Caroline's whole body trembled. What was that? Rivals, they've been testing my patience. His voice was cold now, all business. You're safe here. Safe? I don't even know what here is. Her voice pitched higher. Who are you really? Daehyun met her eyes. I'm the man they fear. I run the city's underworld, Caroline. I'm not a good man. She should have been terrified. Instead, she noticed the way his hands still hovered protectively near her, the concern etched in his features. Why did you save me? She asked. Because losing you feels like it would destroy me, and I only just found you. The confession stole her breath. Above them, shouts and footsteps echoed. They were trapped together, forced into intimacy by danger. Caroline sank onto a bench, her dress pooling around her. This is insane. This morning I was worried about what to wear. Now I'm hiding from gunmen with a Mafia boss. Daehyun knelt before her, his eyes level with hers. I'm sorry you're in this, but I'm not sorry I met you. You're crazy, she whispered. Probably. His lips quirked. But I haven't felt this sane in years. What would you do if you met someone who changed everything in an instant? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The silence stretched between them. Caroline studied Daehyun's face, the hardness, the scars, the exhaustion lurking beneath the power. Why are you alone? She asked quietly. A man like you could have anyone. His laugh was hollow. I had someone. She taught me that love is just another word for betrayal. Caroline waited, sensing he needed to speak. Her name was Una. I loved her, built an empire for her. His voice was distant. She sold me out to my enemies for money, nearly got me killed. That was 5 years ago. I'm sorry, Caroline whispered. Don't be. She taught me an important lesson. Trust no one, feel nothing, survive everything. Caroline's heart ached for this broken man. That's not living, that's just existing. It's safer. It's lonely. The word hung between them. Lonely. Dehyan looked at her like she'd exposed something he'd hidden, even from himself. What about you? He asked. Why does a woman who moves like a queen doubt herself? Caroline's smile was sad. Because the world tells you every day that you're too much. Too big, too loud, too confident. My ex said I was embarrassing, that I should dress to minimize myself. Rage flashed across Daehyun's face. He was a fool. Maybe, but words leave scars. She touched her stomach self-consciously. I wore this dress tonight to prove something to myself, that I deserve to take up space. Daehyun's hand covered hers. Caroline, you don't take up space, you create it. There's a difference. Tears spilled down her cheeks. No one had ever spoken to her like this, like she was worthy, precious, powerful. We're quite a pair, she laughed through her tears. Two broken people hiding in a basement. Maybe, Daehyun said softly, broken pieces fit together better than whole ones. An hour passed. Minho texted that the threat was contained, but Daehyun didn't move. Neither did Caroline. Something fragile was forming between them, something neither wanted to break. Tell me something real, Caroline said. Something you've never told anyone. Daehyun was quiet for a long moment. I'm tired. Tired of being feared, of being alone, of pretending I don't want something soft in my life. Soft? Caroline raised an eyebrow. You think I'm soft? I think you're brave enough to be soft. That takes more strength than violence. Caroline shifted closer, her hand finding his. I'm scared of you, of this, of how fast everything is moving. Good, I'm terrified of you too. His thumb traced circles on her palm. You make me want to be something other than what I am. What do you want to be? Worthy of you. The words broke something open in Caroline's chest. She leaned forward, her forehead touching his. Daehyun, stay with me tonight, he whispered. Not for anything improper. Just stay. Let me pretend I'm not alone. I'll stay. They sat together in the dim light, hands intertwined, two wounded souls finding unexpected shelter in each other. For the first time in years, Daehyun felt peace. For the first time in forever, Caroline felt cherished. This is crazy, she murmured. The best things always are. He pressed a kiss to her knuckles. Caroline, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but tonight you saved me. I saved you? You literally carried me to safety. You saved the part of me I thought was dead. Above them, the world continued, but here in their temporary sanctuary, time stood still. Morning came too soon. Minho knocked, breaking the spell. Boss, we have a situation. Daehyun's expression hardened instantly. He stood, the tender man from last night replaced by the cold Mafia boss. What is it? The Lee family. They're demanding compensation for last night's disruption, and they know about her. Minho's eyes flicked to Caroline. They're calling her your weakness. Caroline's blood ran cold. What does that mean? Daehyun's jaw clenched. It means being near me puts a target on your back. Then keep me. Close. Protect me. No! His voice was ice. This ends now. Minho, arrange a car to take her home. Caroline felt like she'd been slapped. Are you serious? After everything? After everything, I'm choosing to keep you alive. He wouldn't meet her eyes. Last night was a mistake. I let my guard down. It won't happen again. A mistake? Tears burned her eyes. I poured my heart out to you. And that was your error. His mask was perfect, impenetrable. Go home, Caroline. Forget this happened. Forget me. You coward. Her voice shook with rage and hurt. You're not protecting me. You're protecting yourself. You'd rather push me away than risk feeling something. You don't understand this world. I understand that you're choosing fear over courage. She stood, dignity gathering around her like armor. You know what? You were right. Walls don't just protect, they imprison. Enjoy your prison, Dehyan. She walked out, head high, heart shattered. Dehyan watched her go, his hands fisting at his sides. Boss, Minho said quietly, was that wise? Wisdom has nothing to do with it. Dehyan's voice cracked. I just destroyed the only good thing I've touched in years. 3 days passed like years. Caroline threw herself into work at the community center where she volunteered, but everything reminded her of him. The empty feeling in her chest wouldn't fade. You look terrible, Jasmine said bluntly. Girl, what happened? Caroline told her everything, the club, the danger, the connection, the rejection. And you just left? Jasmine looked incredulous. He told me to go. So, since when do you do what men tell you? Jasmine gripped her shoulders. Caroline, you wore that dress because you were done apologizing for existing. Don't start now, if you love him. I don't love him. I barely know him. Liar. Jasmine's smile was gentle. You're terrified because you do. So the question is, are you brave enough to fight for him? Across the city, Dehyan sat in his office, staring at security footage from that night. Caroline laughing, Caroline dancing, Caroline looking at him like he was worth saving. You're pathetic, Minho said, dropping into a chair. Just call her. She's safer without me. She's safer with you, idiot. You have the power to protect her. Instead, you left her exposed and alone because you're scared. I'm not scared. You're terrified. Yuna broke you and Caroline could heal you, and that's somehow more frightening than a bullet. Daehyun's hands trembled. What if I fail her? What if you already have by walking away? The truth hit like a punch. Daehyun stood abruptly. Get the car. Where are we going? To fix the worst mistake of my life. Meanwhile, Caroline made her decision. She grabbed her keys, her courage, and headed back to Eclipse. They were both done running. Caroline arrived at Eclipse just as Daehyun's car pulled up. They saw each other across the parking lot and froze. Then they were running, both of them simultaneously, meeting in the middle. Daehyun caught her, lifting her off her feet, burying his face in her neck. I'm sorry, they said in unison. You first? Caroline laughed through tears. Daehyun set her down but didn't release her. I was wrong. I was a coward. You were right about everything? His hands framed her face. Caroline, I've built an empire on fear and control, but controlling my feelings for you is impossible. I don't want safe if safe means without you. Daehyun, let me finish. You terrify me. You make me want things I swore I'd never want again. Softness, trust, love. But I'm willing to be terrified if it means having you in my life. His thumb traced her cheek. I can't promise I won't mess this up, but I promise I'll fight for us. I'll protect you with everything I have, and I'll never, ever take you for granted. Caroline's tears flowed freely now. I came here to tell you that I'm not giving up on you, that I'm brave enough for both of us until you remember how to be brave too. You're extraordinary, he whispered. I'm ordinary. But maybe together, we're extraordinary. Daehyun kissed her then. Deep, desperate, reverent. It tasted like promise, like hope, like coming home. When they broke apart, both were breathless. Going out with this outfit? He murmured against her lips, echoing their first meeting. She laughed. Yes, and every outfit after, because I'm done apologizing for taking up space. Good, take up all the space you want. Take up space in my life, my heart, my future. Is that a proposal? It's a vow. His hand found hers, their fingers interlacing. Caroline, I don't know how to do this. The love thing, the vulnerability thing. But I want to learn. With you. Then we'll learn together. She squeezed his hand. Two broken people figuring out how to be whole. Around them, the city buzzed with life. Danger still lurked in shadows. Tomorrow would bring new challenges. But tonight, under Seoul's neon lights, a mafia boss and a woman in a red dress chose courage over fear, love over loneliness. Take me home, Caroline whispered. Dehyan smiled, a real smile, the first in years. Anywhere with you is home. They walked toward his car, hands clasped, hearts healing. Behind them, Eclipse's sign flickered. But ahead the future glowed brighter. Love, Caroline had learned, wasn't about perfection. It was about two imperfect people refusing to give up on each other. And as Dehyan opened the car door for her with unexpected gentleness, she knew this was just the beginning. If this story touched your heart, drop a like and subscribe for more emotional tales. And tell us in the comments, do you believe in love that changes everything? We'd love to hear your thoughts.